Okay, back. Even though I didn't go really much places, I do want to show you some of the books that I happen to have. Let me get these out for a second. I actually carry these with me because I read them, or actually I have to try to read them. I actually acquired a lot of books this year, and sorry, it's gonna be a bitch to get these back in there. I tell you that much. I'm telling you, a lot to read. Is there anything in here? No, it's just imagining. Okay. Now, this was the first book I ever got. Now I have a couple of. I do have a video already on YouTube of the books that I do own. But I've actually got more since then, so I think I may take that down. This is a book on relationship runes. Where are my runes, actually? This should be, here they are. I bought them at a discount shop. They're pretty decent. I'm gonna buy some amethyst ones though. I wanted the amethyst ones. It's got a pretty cool way of reading them. That's my favorite way of reading them. The challenge, the overview, and the action. I love that one. My divination abilities isn't really necessarily that good. I have more so deja vu. I dream about a moment and it seems to come true, but it doesn't. I don't know. I'm trying. I'm working on it. I'm also trying to see aura. I can see the aura, but I've only been able to tell like two people's colors. One was purple, and the other one was black or red or something like that. I can't remember, but another one was purple. But yeah, this is the first book I got by Anne Riva, and I read really through this. I mean, I read this book like a hell of a whole lot. But yeah, that's one. Then after a while, I had that book from when I was a little kid. Not a little kid, but I was 14. Then I really didn't get into it much because I was too young. So then when I got older, I got this one by Dorothy Morrison. And I have to say, being a short book review type of thing, this was a very, very good book. I stopped reading it after, when it got to the Sabbats and the S-bits. I actually have to get into that one. I feel bad because I wanna it feels right to me. You know what I mean? Like my element, Earth-wise is, or astral sign is Earth because I'm a Capricorn. But I actually, from reading a section in this book, feel more like air. The cheerfulness, the dexterity, the joy, the playfulness. That's exactly how I feel. This seems more like me. And my friends picked their elements like perfectly, and their elements literally are fire and earth in the astral sign, and as well as what they say here in this book. So it's a good book. I recommend getting this book if you're new at it, and I'm definitely new at it. Just in case my friends weren't really going to stick around into it, and I know they're not into it as much as I am, so I've decided to attempt it like a solitary practitioner. Yeah. After that, I got Exploring Spellcrafting, or Craft, how to create and cast effective spells, and this is a very good book. It also talks about how, I know people say that you shouldn't use the athame to cut. I think this is it, but it says that in the ancient times they believed that the more you used your athame, the more power it absorbed and the stronger it became. So if anyone has any information or feedback on that one, let me know, because it seems to be pretty much right. Like, the more you do use something, the more powerful it would necessarily get. I'm not saying, go out and like cut up a bunch of things or whatnot, but I mean, the book says that they use it even like for cutting herbs and for everyday use other than just other than just for the rituals, and it sounds about right. Then I got charms and spells, charms, spells, and formulas. I haven't read this book yet, but I am going to. I know it sounded like, oh yeah, you're determined, but I know I'm gonna read this book. I haven't had the chance to yet, but I carry this one. I'm gonna read this book, but I'm gonna put this over here with the ones I've read, and this is going over here with the ones I haven't read. Well, I looked through that book. Well, I looked at it, I haven't read it. Get you out of the way. Here is a book I got from Borders. It's called The Nice Spells, Simple and Sweet, and it's reversed to Naughty Spells, Sexy, and Scandalous. Now, I've looked through this book. This one has like a pretty decent protection spell. You envision someone in a white light, and then you say the incantation for protection, and it also does the same thing for you. Like, you can do the same thing for you. I've done this one a couple of times. I've done that a couple of times, but I still technically haven't read all through the book. I've just glanced through it. This is also a pretty decent book to have. It tells you how to make oils and incense and medicines and healing incense, colors, crystals, your zodiac signs and whatnot. I have read that book. It's pretty decent. And then there is one that I actually want to read, but I haven't had it in my book because I got this later. It's The Way of the Green Witch. Ritual spells and practices to bring you back to nature. I've looked at a couple pages in this book. I bookmarked one that I wanted to look at again, but I haven't had a chance to on cleansing and charging stones. But I already know how to do that now, so I'll just have to actually read the book. Trying to hurry up because we're getting close, 7 minutes. The Powerful Spellcraft of Life, the art of crafting and casting for positive change. I actually looked through this a couple times too. There's a bookmark for a spell that was in there I wanted to try to attract someone. I haven't read that one all the way. And Hereditary Witchcraft. I think this one was the one that had. I'm sorry. I think this one might have been the one that said using it every day. But I also glanced through this one. Haven't had a chance to read it. If I find it, I will do another. I'll do like a short video on it. I know some of you are like, oh, you don't have to, but I'll do it anyway. This one is a load of crock. It's healing crystals and gemstones. I mean, it might not be bad, but I mean, there's no crystals in here. Like, the crystals I have are not in here. So there was no point in even having this book, but I have it anyway because it's not necessarily a bad book. No book is bad, so it's still good. So I'll have to look into that one. This one I also got from a discount bookstore. The Everything Spells and Charms books. Cast spells that will bring love, success, good health, and more. I actually read a couple pages of this book, and it's pretty decent. It talks about The Craft, the movie The Craft, which I love that movie. I have a couple of those movies, or I have a couple of witchy movies. It talks about how they believed in their magic so much that it started manifesting itself. So, I actually wanted to look into this book as well, so I'm going to look into that one. Then, my boss actually gave me this book right here for herbs, because I was telling her I was getting ready to make a herbal massage oil. And I also bought this one too. I really didn't even know how many different types of lavender and stuff there are. Don't laugh. I really didn't. I was never into herbs and whatnot. But then, my final book is The Solitary Witch by Sylvan Ravenwolf, and I love this book. I'm on the page now of auras. Where's that? I'm on the page now of auras. I haven't quite gotten down to making the energy ball. If anyone has this book and they've read it, and they talk about making an energy ball, rubbing your hands together and pulling them apart slowly. But yeah, I'm working on that as well as seeing someone's aura. But these are my books, and I'm going to go because we're coming up on 10 minutes. So